Namaskar, I am Dr. Kavita Saxena. I am an entrepreneurship expert, startup mentor and women's empowerment advocate with 20 years of experience in teaching, education and research. Today I am here to have some real conversation on the courage, change and choices that define my story and stories of countless women around us that refuse to remain silent. Friends, it seems that growing up in India for girls comes with a starter pack of questions. Girls always face questions like, "Oh, you look so pretty, how about getting married?" At times they are asked questions like, "How will you manage things on your own?" And my personal favorite, "Soon you will get married and you will quit." It seems that society has written a script with inbuilt FAQs for all the girls and they are expected to follow them. But I was fortunate. I never grew up listening these remarks on the loop. Our house had 2 daughters and my father raised us as 2 mini commandos. We got lessons on resilience, discipline and independence and not on dowry or how to make round rotis. So when I ventured into the world, I thought that I have got it all. But unfortunately, the realization hit me when I saw that women around me were not raised like that. When I was ready to take my flight, I saw young girls who were negotiating even to get permission to step out of the house. Not because they lacked ambition, but because they lacked support, they lacked visibility, and a small nudge of a belief. So that was the time when I realized that the freedom which I have got as an inheritance was really rare. And this is the time for me to pass it on to the young girls. And that was the point when I decided that it is important for me to work with these young girls and women and help them create their identity. So as I started interacting with them, I realized that these women entrepreneurs, some of them were working at a very grassroots level. They were not building huge unicorns. They were running small businesses, not with any venture capital, but with sheer willpower, determination, and something as small as WhatsApp business accounts. I also got an opportunity to work on a national project of Government of India where I interacted with 10,000 women entrepreneurs across the country referring different sections of the society. So when I heard their stories, the stories were not just raw and honest, but they were heartbreaking as well as hilarious. So there was this one lady, when I met her and I asked her about her entrepreneurial journey, she said that, "Madam, मेरे business की पहली investment मेरे husband के पुराने कुर्ते थे." And I was like, "What?" She told me that she never started her business with venture capital or fancy business plan. In fact, one day उसने देखा कि हस्बैंड की अलमारी में 2-3 पुराने कुर्ते थे जो कभी उन्होंने शादी में या किसी त्योहार में पहनने के लिए खरीदे थे. But then he was not wearing them anymore. So what this lady did, she had a skill of stitching. So she torn those kurtas and she made some potlies, bags and pouches out of them. And she sold them in the neighborhood. And fortunately, people liked it, they purchased and she earned money out of it. From that money, she started buying some more scrap, some more fabric, and she continued doing this work to an extent that I'm very happy to share that today she runs a small tailoring unit from her house and she also has 2-3 women working with her. So when I met her and when I heard her story, I had a mixed feeling of awe and discomfort. Awe because of her grit, discomfort because of all the education that I had. It was her story which taught me what true entrepreneurship is all about. I was truly humbled and touched by knowing her journey and experiences. Though I was trained in frameworks and concepts, Her story told me and taught me what resilience and resourcefulness is all about. So that was actually a turning point of my career and journey, and I decided not to just remain an educator but become a catalyst of change for all these women around me. In fact, there is another interesting story. There was a lady, she used to make papad, achar, and she would run a small gru udyog type of a thing from her house. So she applied for loan. So when she went to the bank, the loan officer asked her, "आपने अपने husband से permission ली है?" So without a flinch, with confidence, she replied that ये मेरा business है और शादी ने मुझे मजबूर नहीं मजबूत बनाया है. And when I heard her words hit me like a wave. She was very calm, bold, and unapologetically clear about what she wanted. And there I was, standing not as a researcher or a facilitator, but as a woman feeling the weight of patriarchy that so many of us carry with us. These are the invisible burdens that thousands of women in our country carry on their heads. And it really takes power and courage to stand with that strength and face the world. Policies and programs matter, but what really matters is the ability to rise above those silent voices that continuously pull you down. In fact, you will be surprised to know that in India, only 20% of businesses are owned by women, and rest 80% are predominantly owned by men. और उसमें भी जो महिलाओं के businesses हैं, उसमें almost 79 to 80% are self-financed. And you know why? Because banks and financial institutions, they do not trust women's credibility. And second, they always doubt women's ability to repay loan because we lack collaterals. We don't have any share in the family assets and property. So this is so unfortunate. And that was the time I realized that it is important to amplify the stories of all these women who are struggling these silent battles every single day. In fact, there is another story which I will never forget throughout my life. There was this lady, she was running a small tailoring unit from her house. So I went to interact with her. So मैंने देखा कि धीरे से उसने पर्दा उठाया and पीछे से she brought out the sewing machine, सिलाई करने की मशीन. फिर थोड़ी देर बाद चावल का डिब्बा खोला, उसमें से उसने कुछ पैसे निकाले. सो आई वॉज लाइक, ये आप कर क्या रहे हो, व्हाट इज दिस? सो शी स्माइल्ड एंड सेड, कविता जी, ये बिजनेस मैंने जब शुरू किया ना, तो मुझे ये बिजनेस एक अफेयर की तरह लगता था. तो मैंने कहा अफेयर? तो बोले हाँ, जब पति चले जाते थे तब छुप छुप के करना, डरना कि कहीं उनको पता ना चल जाए, पैसे जो कमाती थी वो छुपा के रखती थी कि कहीं वो गुस्से ना हो जाए. बट मुझे अपने काम से प्यार था. And that word planted a seed of purpose in me, and I decided that now this is a time for me to actually become a catalyst of change. Some of my profound lessons that I learned are not in boardrooms or classrooms, but these are the lessons which I learned in the kitchens, in the tiny dusty lanes and corners of the houses where these women belonged. They were not building unicorns, but they were building something which was more powerful, made out of dignity and home, and created with nothing more but 2 hands and hearts. Trust me, these women fight battles every day. They wake up every morning before sunrise, they cook food, they send children to school, and they support their family who never values their contribution or appreciates their work. And they do all these things. They run small, tiny businesses without any support, without any safety net. So for these women, entrepreneurship is not a trending buzzword, but it is a survival strategy. Still, these women wake up every day. Every day they fight a battle to exist in a society where stepping out of house without permission is questioned even today. They fight a battle to sustain without any support, without any funding access, without any safety net, and they grow in an ecosystem where women are not considered as serious entrepreneurs. They are always questioned, they are always doubted, they are always guilt-tripped, but still they decide to wake up, stand for them, and create a space for themselves. They are fighting every invisible force that is trying to pull them down by saying, "Rehne do, tumse na ho paega." So the point is, the real irony is, when these women become successful, the same family which used to say कि तुमसे ना हो पाएगा, they come forward, they want to become the custodians of their business, and they very proudly flaunt that she has built a family legacy. So disheartening it is to see the double standards of the society at times. In fact, only 18 to 30% women in India continue working after having a child, and majority of women continue to go on a maternity leave for the rest of their lives. And the fact is, though women have reached the moon, our daughters are still struggling for permission to reach the classrooms. So when I meet these young girls, I don't tell them fairy fancy tales. I advise them on finding mentors. Not those mentors who will tell you कि अरे शादी के बाद सब ठीक हो जाएगा. I ask them to network because business actually depends on networking. I insist them on creating personal branding because your own identity matters much more than the identity that you carry with you about your husband or father or anybody else. And most importantly, wear your achievements louder than your lipstick. What I want to do is, I want these women to stop apologizing, not for their voice, not for their ambition, and certainly not for eating that extra piece of cake. I'm here on a mission to change the narratives. Let us give our girls better goals than getting married and losing weight. Now, women today don't need rescuing, but they need recognition. I want to tell them that choose yourself, even if it is choosing for the very first time. Because I don't want women in India to be considered as limitation, but as a superpower. Because even in Amrit Kal will not be golden if half of its population, which is women, are asked to just sit quietly and smile. So friends, before I conclude my narration here, I would like to recite a Hindi poem by Nidhi which was published in Sahitya Darpan. तुम्हें देवी बनाकर देंगे ऊंचा दर्जा, पर तुम इंसान बनने पर अड़ी रहना. घर की इज्जत बताकर बैठाएंगे तुमको, तुम समानता के लिए हमेशा खड़ी रहना. सर्वगुण संपन्न बताकर बांधेंगे तारीफों के पुल, पर तुम उतना ही करना जितना तुमसे हो सके. कोमल हृदय बताकर नाजुक बनाएंगे तुमको, पर तुम अपने अंदर की आग को जलाए रखना. वो आज़ाद करेंगे तुम्हें अपने ही घर के अंदर, पर तुम पूरे संसार में उड़ना. ओ स्त्री तुम आगे बढ़ना, ओ स्त्री तुम आगे बढ़ना. Thank you so much everybody. I am grateful for the collaborations, for the continuous communications and courageous women who have been a part of my journey. So here is to building more bridges and breaking more barriers. And finally, to all the ladies listening out here, please have your me time. Prioritize your mental health. It is not selfish, but it is self-care. Thank you so much. Namaskar.